prosecutors of this city is taking a stand and calling now for our legislators to help us draft and pass new legislation for parental responsibility that covers these cases of youthful offenders possessing guns they should not have.
Jefferson County Commonwealth's attorney Jarena Weathers there late last week calling for Kentucky parents to take responsibility of their children, pushing for lawmakers to create new laws.
Weathers wants to hold parents and guardians legally responsible when a child has a gun and they commit a crime. And she admitted that to get that done, it would have to be with Kentucky lawmakers. But
happening right now, coming up in just a few minutes tonight at 6, a community forum on violence held at King Solomon Baptist Church. WHS 11's Isaiah Kim Martinez is there right now live with reaction to the call for more penalties on parents. Isaiah?
Well, Doug, it's a multifaceted issue, as we know, and like you had mentioned, the doors behind me of this church, this is an event that is going to be hosted by 2 different council members, and it's going to invite people from all different neighborhoods. They're actually, and I'm going to step out of the way, they're actually going to separate people neighborhood by neighborhood to kind of basically address individual concerns. What does each community need? Now, of course, we've heard from the Commonwealth's attorney. She believes there is one idea at the top of her mind that could have a huge impact if this legislation were to pass. The balloons along Chestnut Street, right by a school bus stop littered with bullets back-to-back weeks, show that the calls for accountability are growing louder.
And what I don't want us to do is make a knee-jerk reaction based on recency bias, but we clearly have to do something.
I talked to Reverend Tim Finley Jr. about the latest idea from the city's top prosecutor, Commonwealth's attorney Jarena Weathers.
You need to put the guns down.
She's calling for Kentucky lawmakers to pass legislation that would open parents up to punishment if their kids are charged with crimes while having a gun.
Well, I think it has to be on a case-by-case situation. When you have repeat offenders, I think it becomes much more viable to look at sort of accountability in those kinds of ways. But I think it has to be case by case. There are so many different layers to this, from social media to music to at-home challenges to mental health to poverty.
Republican State Representative Jared Bauman of Louisville led the charge on the Safer Kentucky Act. It removes the possibility of probation for juveniles tried as adults for felonies involving a gun.
We've seen culturally an environment where parents have abdicated their responsibility to provide the parental guidance kids need to stay out of this kind of trouble.
Then you have Senate Bill 20 passed last year, which requires kids who are ages 15 and older and charged with the worst felonies involving a gun to be tried as an adult. Meanwhile, Deputy Police Chief Emily McKinley says no matter what, it's important to protect the parents who are trying to do everything they can to protect their kids.
And so getting in front of those kids, getting in front of those parents, offering them resources and saying, hey, we have resources for you, we want to help you. If you choose not to and you continue down this path, there can be severe consequences.
I asked Mayor Craig Greenberg if he supports Weathers' idea.
But I definitely support holding parents accountable for the actions of their kids, and so I'm curious to see what the specific legislation will be.
A big question I'm told at this point to ask parents is, do your children have guns? And while many families often say, no, they do not, community members are really pushing, make sure to really ask that question and to search and to know what your kids are doing, where they're going as best as possible. Quick note here, I did ask the mayor about the juvenile detention center. A lot has been asked about that. Is it going to open anytime soon? The state is going to run it. The mayor told me he talked with state contractors last week. They are in the building, is his understanding. He doesn't have a timeline, but he does say the city is working to get as many services to the state to open up that youth detention facility in downtown Louisville as quickly as possible. Doug, Connie.
All right, Isaiah, thank you so much for that update.